Green Bay Packers and the Jets have resumed conversation. How close do we think they are, and what are they kind of bickering over right now? Schefter is reporting that a deal has been made.
I just dropped off my car at the car wash to get it detailed, and I don't have access to it for 3 hours.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happened. The moment we've been waiting for over a freaking month. Aaron Rodgers has finally been traded to the New York Jets, and you know what that means. Our giveaway on Twitter, where we're giving multiple followers $120, is officially live. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. I'm currently on 3.5 hours of sleep. I just got back from Coachella 4 hours ago, and now that we got all that out of the way, break! Some of the green slips you guys have been sending me is crazy, like $1,250 off of a $250 slip, or $1,500 off of a $150 power play. We've been making bank off of our basketball picks, bro. March Madness was a huge success, and believe me, we're about to ramp it up for the NBA playoffs. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use my promo code Mikerophone, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. After that, just follow me on Instagram. I post all of my picks onto my Instagram story for free, and we can start making money off of these picks together. Like check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Over a month ago, Aaron Rodgers did something that I think I've never seen occur before. He appeared on the Pat McAfee show and said straight up what his plans for the future were. You guys saw it yourself. Watch.
Yeah, I think since Friday, I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Unlike most Aaron Rodgers situations, this particular instance became way too complicated. Usually whenever a player announces the team he wants to play for, immediately he goes to that team. He either gets traded to that team, he signs with that team. But with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, nothing has ever been so simple. In this particular instance, it seems like Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers still had some unresolved drama. You remember when Aaron Rodgers said that he felt a little offended at the fact that the Green Bay Packers weren't able to reach out to him in order to tell him personally that they wanted to move on from him?
When I came out of the darkness, something changed. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but something changed. I just think I wish that in the beginning of the offseason, that had been the conversation.
And then Brian Gutekunst said that that's a straight up lie.
He comes out a couple weeks ago and says you basically went behind his back to shop him and he didn't seem too pleased. From your perspective, how did the last couple months kind of transpire?
Yeah, I didn't really take his comments like that, and it's certainly not true.
Well, things got even more juicier from there, because apparently the one thing that the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets could not agree upon in regards to Aaron Rodgers was what his value was. And to be honest, it's a very fair question. From the perspective of the Green Bay Packers, they are literally one season removed from the Denver Broncos offering 2 first-round picks in order to trade for a back-to-back MVP, Aaron Rodgers. The problem is that the Green Bay Packers didn't sell Aaron Rodgers at the peak of his value, at the peak of his hype, when he was a back-to-back NFL MVP. Instead, they decided that they were going to trade Davante Adams, sign Aaron Rodgers to a $50 million a year contract extension, draft Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, and sign Sammy Watkins to replace the void that Davante Adams left. And for some reason, they felt like through the greatness of Aaron Rodgers, despite them not being able to reach their expectations, despite having a slightly downgraded roster this year, that they would still get similar compensation for him. Ultimately, I think a lot of people in finance could agree. There are times where you may have held on to a stock for a little too long, or you should have sold that Dogecoin when Elon Musk was tweeting about it way too much, but you actually bought into the hype and you held on to it too long. And now you're not selling Dogecoin for the overvalued price it was. You have Dogecoin sitting in your crypto wallet for 7 cents per coin. Not to say that Aaron Rodgers is Dogecoin, but you get the analogy that I'm making. You're no longer going to get 2 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers, and it seems like the Green Bay Packers had a difficult time swallowing that pill. And to be honest, I can't blame the Green Bay Packers for feeling the way they do. Because if we are going to play Captain Hindsight Armchair General Manager here, which, by the way, if you go back to my videos from last year, I was begging the Green Bay Packers to trade Aaron Rodgers to the Denver Broncos. Chicago. The perfect time to sell on his value, but I digress. Maybe one day I'll be a general manager and ruin your favorite team. If you consider the fact that the Packers traded Devontae Adams to the Raiders, and they got a first-round pick in 2022 and a second-round pick in 2022, and they could have also traded Aaron Rodgers for 2 first-round picks, potentially even more, you could have started the Jordan Love era with a quarterback on a rookie scale contract, a ton of cap space, 3 first-round picks, and a second-round pick, and possibly even more. Pretty much you could have been in the situation that the Chicago Bears are in. Only, obviously, the Chicago Bears have Justin Fields. He has an additional year on his rookie scale contract. I think they have way more cap space and assets than people give him credit for. And look, man, if you don't believe me on the fact that the Denver Broncos were all in on trying to get Aaron Rodgers, well, they pretty much did something that the New York Jets did this year. They hired Nathaniel Hackett, a man that Aaron Rodgers said this about.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the number one thing. There's nobody in the building that brings me more joy or is more fun to be around than Nathaniel Hackett. But he's become, such a close confidant and friend, besides a fantastic coach. Hack has been a really important part of our culture change and a part of our success on offense. I love him. Hope he doesn't go anywhere. Unless I do.
And their leverage was gone from the moment that Aaron Rodgers opted in for an additional season, quite simply because of Jordan Love's contract. Jordan Love was drafted in the 2020 NFL Draft. This is technically the final year of his rookie contract. Of course, the Packers could still exercise his 5th-year option. As a matter of fact, that's why they traded up to select Jordan Love in the first round of the NFL Draft. So they could have the opportunity to exercise a 5th-year option on him, as opposed to a player like Jalen Hurts, who has to have that max contract extension come in a year sooner because he wasn't drafted in the first round. So the writing was on the wall, because clearly the Packers wanted to move forward with Jordan Love. Clearly Aaron Rodgers was getting up there in years. He just turned 39. He is going to be 40 years old by the end of this season, and there is a question about how much longer he is going to be playing in the NFL. Well, from the New York Jets perspective, they kind of had leverage, but they kind of also didn't have leverage. Everybody and their mother knows that Zach Wilson is not ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he potentially could be at some point. I just don't think it's a good idea to throw him out to the Wolves yet. As a matter of fact, I think this trade could save him, and we're going to get to that in a sec. But let's first get to the trade, because the drama is officially over. The speculative content about what Aaron Rodgers is thinking about in his mind is over, and hopefully we don't have to do this dance ever again, or at least for a very, very long time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a trade for Aaron Rodgers. Coming to us from Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport. According to Adam Schefter, the New York Jets are trading pick number 13 in the 2023 NFL Draft, a 2023 second-round pick, a 6th-round pick, and a conditional 2024 second-round pick that becomes a first-round pick if Aaron Rodgers plays in 65% of his snaps. So you might be thinking, oh my god, I can't believe it. The New York Jets actually traded a first-round pick, possibly 2 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers. Well, that's not necessarily true, because the Green Bay Packers are also trading Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15, and a 2023 5th-round pick to get Aaron Rodgers. So they're pretty much swapping their first-round picks with each other. The New York Jets downgrade their first-round pick this year by 2 picks, and the Green Bay Packers could potentially come out of this with an additional first-round pick if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play in 65% of the snaps. I'm sure the New York Jets are going to try to get around that somehow, some way. I don't remember the last time a stipulation like this resulted in the upgrade, and the most recent instance I'm thinking about is when Carson Wentz got traded to the Indianapolis Colts from Philadelphia Eagles, but I digress. My initial thoughts of this trade is it makes a lot of sense for both sides. If you're the Green Bay Packers, obviously you want more, but you have to accept the reality of this situation, and it's the fact that Aaron Rodgers is going to be 40 in December. By the time that the playoffs roll around next season, Aaron Rodgers will be 40. So this is a remarkable haul for a player that's a season removed from his MVP season. Yeah, it's not the 2 first-round picks you were hoping for. It could potentially turn into an additional second-round pick and an additional first-round pick. I think this is a great haul regardless. I know there's going to be a lot of Brett Favre parallels here, but I really don't think this is the same thing. The New York Jets weren't as loaded as they are now when Brett Favre went over to them. I mean, this offseason, the New York Jets went all in on trying to build one of the best rosters they could for Aaron Rodgers to come in. They hired Nathaniel Hackett as an offensive coordinator because Aaron Rodgers loves Nathaniel Hackett. They traded Elijah Moore and a 3rd-round pick in return for a 2nd-round pick, the number 42 overall pick, which, by the way, is the pick that they're sending to the Green Bay Packers in this trade. They added McCole Hardman for jet sweeps. They added Alan Lazard for familiar familiarity with Aaron Rodgers. They already have the defending rookie of the year on offense in Garrett Wilson, and defensively, they have Sauce Gardner, who is the defensive rookie of the year. And I have to admit, Joe Douglas has been very savvy about building this roster. They have a very good offensive line when healthy, and Mekhi Becton seems to have lost a lot of weight as well. And Breece Hall was a monster before he got injured. And to be honest, I think my favorite part about this trade is everyone's writing off Zach Wilson, thinking this is the end of Zach Wilson. It's not. I honestly don't think it is. Zach Wilson was drafted in the 2021 NFL draft. Him and Aaron Rodgers have a relationship, and a very strong one. Zach Wilson has always looked up to Aaron Rodgers as a mentor, and now they're going to be in the same QB room with one another. And if there's anything that you learn from the Green Bay Packers, at least when Aaron Rodgers was a rookie learning underneath Brett Favre, and if you haven't seen that video, it's our highest viewed video on YouTube, so I highly recommend you check it out after watching this. If you do have a veteran that is teaching you the ropes and is helping you prepare for the struggles that come within the NFL, it might be able to save Zach Wilson's career. Zach Wilson actually has a lot of mechanical issues, and this gives him an opportunity to sit back, watch Aaron Rodgers and how he works, work on his mechanics, pick apart his game, and if he truly does have the work ethic that a lot of people are saying about him, this could save his career. Because for all you know, Aaron Rodgers retires next year, and in about a year or two from now, the New York Jets could re-sign Zach Wilson when his contract expires for a cheap prove-it deal and give him another run and just see if he is ready to be their face once the Aaron Rodgers era is over. This is a remarkable win for the New York Jets franchise. I think this is one of the most intelligent instances of going all in on a team. Whenever you hit on this many rookies in the form of Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, when you have a loaded wide receiver room, when you have a defensive-minded head coach in Robert Saleh, I didn't even talk about the front seven, which is very formidable as well. I am absolutely in love with this team. I think it was built very intelligently. I feel like the way they managed their assets in this particular instance made a lot of sense. Yeah, they unfortunately whiffed on Zach Wilson, but they finally have a quarterback that could without a doubt win him a Super Bowl, and this could alter Aaron Rodgers' legacy, because not only will he be one of the most beloved quarterbacks in Green Bay, but in addition to this, he might be one of the most beloved quarterbacks in New York Jets history for bringing them their first Lombardi in almost over 50 years. So let me know in the comment section down below, New York Jets fans. I know you must feel very excited about this, considering the fact that this is the most competitive you guys have been since the Rex Ryan era, when you guys were bringing in LaDainian Tomlinson for his final season in the NFL, and you were signing Jason Taylor, and you had Darrelle Revis on that roster. You brought in Braylon Edwards and Santonio Holmes. This is a very fun team, and I wonder who else is going to jump on the bandwagon. Could we see Ezekiel Elliott joining the New York Jets soon? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.